Hello everybody, how are we? Welcome back, how are we all doing? Good, hope you're well. So, I've noticed on the Omni, as you can see, that there's a little lip around the outside. Now don't get me wrong, the lighting on the Omni is brilliant, as you can see. But there is a little lip on the inside, which I'll show you when we get down to the table, that I think we can put a little bit of the mirror reflective tape on it and try and get a bit of extra light on that board. Sort of redirect that light and see if we can get even better light on the Omni. So let's have a look at it, see what we can do. If it looks crap, you'll never see this. But if it works, then I'm a genius. Anyway, let's have a look at the board and what the light looks like now. And then we'll do it, and then we'll look at what it's like afterwards. Got my words out. Right. So there she is now. Good lighting, obviously. Here we are down on said table with said Omni. And this is the lip that I was on about that goes all the way around the outside. Well, not outside, it's inside, isn't it? So, I was thinking that if we get some reflective tape, something like this, then we can maybe reflect the light a bit better onto the board. It's just a bit of cunning plannery that I came up with that may not work, it may be absolutely silly, or we may need a different type of tape, but this is the only thing that I could find really closest to a mirror on Amazon. So we'll see how it goes. We'll give it a go. Now, the question is do I do straight bits? Cut that into small bits to go around the corner. Can you see that all right? Yeah, you can. I think maybe like little bits. I do like little 2-inch bits. Then that'll get me around the corner. Get me around the corner instead of having to do it all. Because if I do it in long strips, I'm going to have to do I'm going to have to cut like little tiny bits out to bend it. Because obviously it doesn't bend when it's straight. But if I do little 2-inch bits, cut it, stick it, cut it, stick it, then I should be able to get around the bend then. I think that'll be a bit better. Right, let's do it that way. Right, let's get some scissors. Scissors acquired. I'm going to go about that sort of length, which is, do you want me to measure it? Should I measure it for people that want to do it themselves? Gonna say that in the corner. Yeah, literally like that amount, which is gonna be Ziggy, stop barking at the birds. They're not doing anything to you. Come on. about 70 mil. Yeah, about 70 mil. 70 mil each, or 2.8 inches. Let's go to 3 inches. Is that going to be too long? Let's say 3 inches, or 76 mil, or 7.5 centimetres, something like that. Just give you an idea. Right. Well, let's cut a few. I won't film doing all of it. Right, let's cut those few. Start sticking. God knows if this will work or make any difference at all. But we've got to have a go. We've got to try, haven't we? Don't know if you don't try. Right. This is going to be fiddly. Just by the legs and by the cameras, it's going to be a bit more tricky because you've got to go underneath it. But that's what we've got so far. Put a slight cut like I was talking about there, just so it doesn't crease that badly. There's that. Go. Okay, we're getting there. The hardest thing is getting it positioned right without sticking it in the wrong place. Because obviously you only get one go at sticking it down. And maybe these bits are a bit too long as well. But as long as it's not sticking out the other side, so you don't want to obviously be able to see it when you throw darts. That's the only thing, obviously. You just want it to do its job and just reflect. Man, this is going to be fiddly and difficult. Oh, I think I got it. Yeah, they are a bit too long. Those bits, I'm gonna shorten them down. They are a bit too long. I would say at least cut them down an inch. A couple of centimetres. So when I cut the next ones, I'm going to cut them smaller. It's probably about, yeah, take it down to about 2 inches there. Yeah, so from 75 to like 60 mil. Not exact, but just about that. And then that should be a bit easier. Right, I'm going to crack on with this. And then I'll get back to you when it's done. There's no point in you sitting there the whole time, because it'll just be absolutely boring. So, there we go. I've got this all the way around the inside now. So hopefully some of that light will deflect out onto the board. And we'll get a few more lumens on the old dartboard. Alright, let's chuck it up and see how it goes. Right, she's back up on the wall. Let's see if it's made any difference at all. The moment of truth. Do you know what? It bloody has, hasn't it? That definitely looks brighter to me. Especially around the around these edges here. Especially around the edges. That is definitely brighter. Anyway, you tell me. Before, after. Before, after. We'll try and get them side by side as well, if my editing skills are anything to go by. I think it definitely made a difference there. See, every now and then, it's worth giving things like this a little go. If you have a little idea in your head that could make something better, it's worth following through with. I'm quite impressed with that. Anyway, I'll put a link to the Amazon tape that I've put in. That's what I was going to say, actually, before you go anywhere. The tape, I could say you could get maybe at least 10 mil width tape, and there is different widths of tapes. So you could definitely go. I got 8mm, but I reckon you could definitely do 10, maybe 12 at a push. But I would go 10mm, and then. Yeah, and then cut it into the small sort of 2-inch strips like I did all the way around, and then just stick them round on an angle. Or do one long piece and cut so that it can go round the circle, but that's more work. I would just do the 2-inch little bits. But anyway, that's me with a souped up Omni. More light, more bright. Keep darting, darties!